All right, in this problem it says if the radius and height of a right circular cylinder are tripled, how many times the surface area of the original right cylinder is the new one? So this is telling me for area that I would need to square whatever my scale factor is. Tripled is telling me it's going to be 1 to 3. So if I'm squaring this, it's 1 squared over 3 squared, so it's 1 to 9, so 9 times larger. Number 21, Marco is going to install wood floors in a rectangular concert hall measuring 54 feet long and 36 feet wide. The cost including the installation of the wood floors is $90 per square yard. What is the total cost including installation for the wood floor in the concert hall? And then it tells us 3 feet equals 1 yard. So if I'm drawing my picture, this says 54 feet long. I don't want to use 54. I can divide 54 by 3, and that tells me it's going to be 18 yards. And then this says 36 feet wide, but I'm going to divide that by 3, and this is going to be 12 yards long. So now I have the dimensions in yards and the cost in yards. I'm doing area, so to do area of a rectangle, we multiply the two together. We have 216 yards squared. And if it's 90 per square yard, we're going to be multiplying those two numbers together. So we've got $19,440. 22, a city's boundaries are in the shape of a rectangle that is 18 miles long and 12 miles wide. So 18 by 12. The population of the city is 5,400. What is the population density? So when we do density, density is equal to the population over the area. So I'm going to need to figure out this area. So if I do 18 times 12, the area is 216 miles squared. So my population's 5,400 for 216 miles squared. And then I want to see if I can simplify that at all. And it turns out to be 25 people per mile squared. What is the area of the composite figure below? Round your answer to the nearest square foot. So we've got a square plus a semicircle. For a square, we just do length times width, so 22 times 22. So this is 484. For a semicircle, it's going to be half of pi r squared. So in this case, I need to figure out r. R would be from the center to the edge, so r is 11. So I'm going to have to do 1/2 times 3.14 times 11 squared. So 121 is the 11 squared, and then I just multiply those three pieces of information together. So I've got 189.97, and I'm adding that to my 484. So I've got 673.97, and it says round to the nearest square foot, so that means I'm rounding up, so 674. A container is in the shape of a right circular cylinder. The diameter of the cylinder is 4 feet, while the height of the cylinder is 5 feet. If 1 cubic foot is equal to approximately 7.48 gallons, how many gallons can the container hold? So if I'm filling a cylinder, I need the volume. The volume for a cylinder is the area of the base times the height. and then the base of a cylinder is a circle. So the big B gets filled in with the area of a circle, and then I multiply it times the height. Diameter is 4. If diameter is 4, that means radius is 2. So I'm going to say 3.14 times 2 to the second power times the height of 5. And I'm just going to multiply all that together. In your calculator, you can type all that in one line. You don't have to worry about separating it. So we get 62.8, and that's the volume. If we need to figure out how many gallons it is, we're going to multiply by that 7.48. So when I multiply that, I get 469.74, and that would round up to 470 gallons. All right, the next one, we have a volume of a prism. Our formula is the area of the base times the height. This area is going to be for the trapezoid that's on the front. So these two heights are different. This is the height of the prism. This is the height of just the trapezoid. So the base is this shape here. Base does not always mean bottom. Base of a prism means the shape of the two faces that look exactly the same. So that's like the front and the back in this case. So if I do 1/2, the height of the base is 8. Base 1 and base 2 are 14 and 9. This H, which is this one, is the height of the whole thing, which is 3. The height is the distance between the two bases. It's not always up and down. So I'm going to follow my order of operations. I'm going to take care of what's inside the parentheses first. And I get 23. And I'm going to multiply everything together. So I got 276 for this one. All right, last one on this page, volume. The formula is 1/3 the area of the base times the height. This base is a square, so we just do little base times little height. And 6 is the height of the pyramid. So it's going to be 4 times 4 on the inside, and we're just going to multiply all of that together, and you can multiply that in your calculators, and you should get 32.